Hey everybody, this is Katrina, the owner of COSMarketing Agency, here for another video. Today we are going to talk about top fall SEO strategies to help Central Florida business owners get found fast online. So as many of you guys know, we are located here in Central Florida, and typically we are speaking to a wider audience around the country. Today we're going to focus mostly on our local audience here in Florida, in particular Central Florida. And we're going to talk about some SEO strategies that are going to be changing in fall that you're going to want to implement like yesterday. We're already in November, so that means fall has kicked into high gear. Now, before we get started, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube as well. It helps us out greatly. If you want the newest, latest, and greatest information, not just about SEO, but all forms of digital marketing, you came to the right place. Now, even though Central Florida may not have snow or cold weather, things are changing fast, guys. The holidays are coming here soon, and typically we are in a, more buy-centric kind of mentality right now from now until the end of the year, but people still struggle. And why do they struggle? A lot of it has to do with search engine optimization. It's that thing that a lot of you guys are putting off because you think, oh, it's a long-term strategy. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. And days become weeks, and weeks become months, and months become years. And you're not doing it or not doing it enough. And if you had started earlier, by now, who knows where you would be with ranking. But keep in mind, if you do it on your own, it's difficult, it's hard to know kind of what to do and when. So we're going to give you the latest and greatest information so you can start your SEO journey consistently. And guess what? You don't have to wait to see results for months and months if you do it correctly. Now, this is the biggest thing I see a lot of you guys missing out on. And this is a big one that's going to help you very quickly with your search ranking. Google Business Profile. Your Google Business Profile, or GBP, is a big part of what helps you rank on Google. I've seen lots of people run tons and tons of money on Google Ads, but they don't have a properly optimized Google Business Profile, so they don't see the results that they could if they did. Now, if all you do is update your Google Business Profile today, I promise you just greatly increased your chance of getting calls over the next week or two. I promise you. And Google Business Profile also gives you a lot of suggestions through their internal AI about how to input a lot of these things. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Anything that an AI is going to tell you is not necessarily going to be the best choice, but it does help you, and it does take a lot of the guesswork out of it. So you want to make that Google Business Profile perfectly optimized. You want to fill in all those settings, go in there and make sure that it's all filled out. Do not assume, just look at it on the front end and say, oh, it's fine. It definitely needs to be updated. In our company, we update it every single month for our clients. But if you're doing this on your own, I would say, you want to do that quarterly, especially in times like fall. And make sure that you're posting regularly. And you're also putting out discounts and special incentives if that is something that you do in the fall or period in general. So utilize that Google Business Profile. Make sure that you make posts about any kind of fall savings or what kind of incentives you're doing. A lot of people will make posts, like if you're an HVAC company, for example, call us for a fall tune-up. Do a free audit of your HVAC system or something like that. Or if you're a cleaning company, holiday cleaning special. Get your house cleaned before the family comes over for Thanksgiving or Christmas, something like that. Holiday cleaning specials in Altamonte Springs, things like that. Just like you would on social media, you could do that on Google Business Profile. All right, so moving on from there, but of course, if you have questions, you're always welcome to comment, guys. Moving on, and we're going to talk about other ways that we can utilize search to our advantage. This is all organic. This is not anything you have to pay ads for, so keep that in mind as well. So some other suggestions that we have for our local audience would be to write blogs specifically tailored to your audience. So here's an example. Let's say you have a lawn care company. You've worked with a lot of lawn care companies. 5 fall lawn care tips for Wekiva Springs homeowners. Anything where you can focus those keywords where you want it to. You have fall, you have lawn care, and the fact that you're giving them free tips and information is very, very important to your marketing. And I know a lot of you are resistant to that idea, giving information, giving advice, but just like you clicked on this video and you're watching and listening to this right now because you know you're going to get information and strategy out of this, something you can implement yourself if you wanted to. That's the incentive. So keep in mind, what draws you in as a customer, adapt it to your customers that you're trying to get to buy from you. So just think about that. Always put yourself in the position of the client, and it's in general going to be very illuminating, to say the least, for sure. So blogs are really important, and don't forget, guys, don't just post a blog like you're just throwing it out there. Put some thought into it. Make sure you're utilizing keywords in that title, but don't make it long. Don't try to stuff it with a whole bunch of keywords that don't make any sense. Really focus those topics. Make it very specific to your local audience, like you were saying. Also, actually very shocked at how many websites for a lot of our local prospects are not fully mobile optimized. So I'm making it a point as much as I can to remind you guys out there, make sure your website is mobile optimized. Something like 80 to 90 plus percent of people will pretty much only use their cell phone or primarily. Sometimes that number is higher depending on the demographic. From what I know, locally in Central Florida, it's pretty much the same. We have an older audience, but they still have cell phones. They're constantly online. So if your website is not mobile optimized, you're losing so much business clients without even knowing it. People are going to say, oh, your website loaded fast, that's why I didn't like it. They're just on to the next. So make sure your website loads fast, make sure it's mobile friendly. That's so important. And don't assume. Look into it. Check these things. It's a good time in general to check what you're doing. How can we make this better? And you don't have to just run and jump and implement something, but think about it, think outside the box, see what things take you. And certainly, feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, feedback, or ideas about what I'm always happy to learn. Okay, and finally, I want to talk about the biggest thing that a lot of you guys are mentioning, just because it is the most time consuming, or missing rather, because it is the most time consuming. We're going to talk about the last topic with SEO on my list, local business directories. This is a form of off-site SEO where you get placement on other websites. These are outside of social media platforms or you post on social media. This is different. These are niche directories, local chambers of commerce, different kinds of review platforms other than, Google Business Profile, which we talked about earlier. These are all things that can improve your ranking, but also your credibility online. The more places people can find you online when they Google you, the better, because that not only shows that you care, you're active, you're involved, you're plugged in. It just adds so much more legitimacy to your business. And that information goes into Google, and that's basically what feeds the machine, so to speak, right? It needs food. This is its food. You need to be consistent with your business listings if you do it. Now, there are platforms also that will help you with this as well. But my suggestion would be to focus those business listings based on your industry specifically to start out with, and then, maybe go and get placement on some of the, larger general kind of websites that are, typical for your industry, your local audience, things like that. So Yelp comes to mind. Nextdoor is another one that we get most of our clients on regardless, and on and on. Typically, we get our clients on anywhere between 100 to 200 different business listings just in the first couple months, maybe even sooner, depending on how quickly we are approved. And yes, some of these sites are not going to just instantly put up a listing for you. You may have to go through approval process. It's all different per site. So that is my suggestion to you. That is a winning local SEO strategy. And some of you guys who watch our videos frequently, you're going to notice there's some similarities with the larger audience videos, the ones where we talk about stuff generally going on throughout the whole country with marketing. But let me tell you, the localized approach, while similar still has a lot of differences. Google wants to focus people more and more on a local audience. That's true. So things are changing. There's a lot of, competition out there. So you can't really afford to let this go at the wayside. And also another thing I wanted to mention with SEO is it is very strong, very powerful, very good on its own, but it has its limitations just like everything else. So do not get discouraged if you're just doing SEO and you're going through that process. It takes time, but also keep in mind it has its limitations. So you may want to explore social media marketing, ad campaigns, and some other things. If you have questions or you need help with somebody to do your marketing for you, let's say you want to be hands-off or you want somebody to coach you on how to do that, you need somebody to get involved with it so you can just focus on your business and what you do best. Totally get it. That makes sense. If that's the case, reach out to me at 407-334-9378. You can also book directly on our website at COSMarketingAgency.com. Thank you so much for listening to me, guys. I hope this helped and was beneficial. Go ahead and drop a comment below if you have any questions. Remember to like, share, subscribe to our channel. Follow us for more. We put out videos every single day. It's a labor of love, but we have very important information to give small business owners, to give you a leg up in a world that is just getting tough. It's getting tough as a business owner, but we got the right information for you to help you grow your business regardless of what's going on in the economy. We got you. All right. See you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.